Hello and howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Root Beer here. Still going through the 2013 Manitoba Math Contest. We're not done yet. In fact, we're only on question number 7. So if you haven't already, I do encourage you. I know it's the last few questions and you probably have already, but if you haven't, seriously, download a copy of the contest. Click the first link in the description that gets you a copy of the contest and try these questions out. Pause the video, try 7 out, because it is so much more important that you practice these questions rather than just watch these videos. One of my favorite math teachers growing up said, math is not a spectator sport. You can't just watch someone else do math, i.e. me, and expect yourself to become better and better. I can teach you tricks, but you don't know you need those tricks until you've tried these questions. Anyway, let's take a look here at question number 7. Very short, very sweet here. Given that x squared plus y squared is 4, and x plus y is 1, find all possible values of x cubed plus y cubed. Interesting. All right, what can we do? Well, I know x plus y, and I know that if I have x plus y, and I square it, I get x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. Why did I choose to square it? Because I know that if I do that, I get x squared plus y squared. So this is 1 squared, which is just 1. And then I also have 4 is x squared plus y squared. So if I subtract those two, I can get negative 3 is 2xy. So now I know xy is negative 3 over 2. Not only that, I was gonna the next thing I was about to do was then say, to the power 3 is now x cubed plus 3xy squared plus 3x squared y plus y cubed. And I was going to go from there and multiply xy by x squared plus y squared and do some stuff. But actually, I think we have enough information to just figure out x and y. Right? Because I know x plus y is 1. And now if I do x squared minus 2xy plus y squared, that's going to be 4 minus negative 3, which is 7. And that's going to be x minus y all squared. So we have, I guess, two options. X minus y is either root 7 or negative root 7. And then I can say, well, x plus y is 1, or 1. And now I can add these together to get 2x is 1 plus root 7, or 1 minus root 7. And if I subtract the two, so that's adding them, if I do x minus y is root 7 or negative root 7, and x plus y is 1 or 1, and I subtract these guys, I get negative 2y is root 7 minus 1, or negative root 7 minus 1. So I can get x and y. I can get my possibilities for x and y here. Now, do they still multiply the 2x, or to have xy be negative 3 over 2? Looks like they will. So these are our possible x's and y's, and they will verify, they do have, well, then these aren't our possible x and y's. Sorry, let's finish this off. X and y equals either 1 plus root 7 all over 2, and then 1 minus root 7 all over 2. I think that was the 1. So these would add up to 1, and they multiply, they multiply to 1 squared minus 7 all over 4, which is negative 6 over 4, which is negative 3 over 2. So yeah, that works. Or What was the other one? Root 7. 1 minus root 7. Right, that was the other one, right? Yeah, 1 minus root 7 over 2, or it's just going to be a flip. Yeah, 1 plus root 7 over 2. Yeah, and that makes sense because both the equations they gave us were symmetric in x and y. So these are our possibilities, and if we wanted to, then we could just say, okay, x cubed plus y cubed is equal to. Now, I think that probably I could have done some manipulation with the x plus y times x squared plus y squared is equal to x cubed plus x squared y plus xy squared plus y cubed. I could have done something like this and said, okay, this part in here is x plus y times xy, which is going to be 1 times negative 3 over 2, and this is 4 times 1. So we could have very easily gotten 4 plus 3 over 2 is x squared plus y, or x cubed plus y cubed. But we could also do it this way too. That's going to be 11 over 2. 11 over 2 is my prediction. So we could either just manipulate those things there, or do what I've done up here, which is solve for our possible x's and y's. It's perfectly fine to do it either way. I think this is about to run into some trouble for me, just because it's going to be hard to do these cubes here. So over 8, 1 cubed plus 3 times root 7 plus 3 times 7 plus 7 times root 7 plus 1 minus 3 root 7. Just, by the way, I'm just expanding these out in my head really quickly. A cubed plus 3ab, or a squared b, plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. That's something I just sort of have memorized at this point in my career. So this will also be all over 8. Plus 3 times 7 minus 7 root 7. Well, fortunately, a whole bunch of things are going to cancel out. Those will cancel, those will cancel. So we'll be left with 2 plus 2 times 21, so 42. All over 8, and that's going to be 44 over 8, or 11 over 2. Again, like I predicted a little earlier. Either way is fine. Actually work out your pairs x, y, get to the same cube sum, or do the manipulation that I just showed you a moment ago, which I will actually, I got time. I'll write it out in full. So we know from earlier xy is negative 3 over 2. And then x cubed plus y cubed is x plus y times x squared plus y squared minus x plus y times xy. Okay? And we can verify this. X cubed plus xy squared plus y x squared plus y cubed minus x squared y minus xy squared. Cancel, cancel, cancel. So yes, this does work. But now we got 1 times 4 minus 1 times a negative 3 over 2. So x cubed plus y cubed is 4 plus 3 over 2, or 11 over 2. And that does it again. Okay, but this one avoids the solving for x and y, which I chose to do the first time around. Okay, but that's two different approaches to doing question 7. I think the just manipulating is faster, but so just manipulating, not solving for the x and y. So I think this is faster if you see it. Okay, and it sort of depends on how long have you been doing these contests. Do you think, oh, I can probably just get x cubed plus y cubed without solving? Lots of times that's the case. Lots of times the questions are chosen that way. But, you have to play around a bit, and sometimes it's just easier because this is what you've been trained in high school to do, sometimes it's easier just to try and solve for x, solve for y, get those possibilities, and that's fine as well. And if this had multiple answers for x cubed plus y cubed, that probably would have been the better way to do it. Okay, but sometimes you can just manipulate the expressions that you've got to get exactly what it is you're looking for without figuring out your x's, your y's, your z's, your a's, your b's, anything like that. Okay, so there's 2 ways to do it, and I will see you guys for question number 8 in the next video. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.